Okay, I wanted to quickly go over our Canvas page so you knew where to find things and how to manipulate your way around. You'll see the first section that you have is just the welcome to, and it has all of our files that you're going to use. So that's just my welcome message, and then the Spring 20 grading policy. And if you just click on everything as it underlines, you'll see that it pops up with the information that you need. So let's go back. So this is information for the labs, although now you have your lab Canvas page, so you don't need that, but it's a good kind of backup. Then moving down, online tutorials, ways that you can get assistance for online learning. Then non-academic resources, those are for anything from understanding your rights to resources for food, for shelter, and how to deal with the COVID-19 stuff. This calendar area here, that I made for you just so you know when I'm available and when I'm not. So if I'm in lab supervision, I am quasi-available. I will be at my desk and I will be on Zoom with the lab sections that are being taught. But that's also a good time if you have additional questions that I can probably squeeze you in if you can't make my regular office hours. So on that page you'll see everything I'm teaching this quarter and when I'm not available. And coming back here, here is my syllabus. I want to point this mistake out. When I originally posted it, so if you read the syllabus within the last, I don't know, before this afternoon, early this afternoon, there was an extra page in there that was an old calendar. The calendar has been deleted. It wasn't supposed to be included. There's too much that's changed this quarter, so many of the requirements that you had previously are no longer applicable. So please disregard that. As soon as I get a good feel for, is the pace of learning reasonable given the circumstances and the shift in educational approach being online versus in person, then I'll create a calendar. But right now I feel like a calendar would feel more daunting than helpful, because if it's too much and I don't realize it, then you're going to have too much work on your plate. So on that note, it is really important that you communicate with me if the speed of the class is too much, or if it's too slow. We can always speed things up. But before I go down, the other things I want to point out here, I have made all of my office hours. They've been posted. You can go on the to-do, but I believe you need to have a link there. So I'm going to kind of page down through here real fast. Here, you don't need the code. You should be able to just click into it and it's going to launch Zoom from here. So I will find out tomorrow how well that works, but with the code, it won't let me do it because I'm not a real person, but with that link, you should go straight to it, and then you go into waiting room for me and I will let you in. But you'll see I have them labeled, so we don't have lectures on Monday or Tuesday. We will do Wednesdays and Fridays. So for Wednesdays and Fridays, this will be our Zoom link. You can go there and we'll have our interactive lectures. And those are to support your online efforts. So Wednesday, I'll answer questions. I'll have some practice problems if there's not a bunch of questions to ask. So you definitely want to go through week by week the modules that I set up. So each week, what I'll go ahead and do to make it a little more obvious, and they're going to be a lot shorter now that we're going to be past the housekeeping for the quarter, you'll see a list of what you have to accomplish that week. So for this one, I have everything from the lab format to how to register for our homework, how to get ready for our lecture, and just a reminder on the time zones. Some of you are no longer in Washington's time zones. All of our due dates are for Pacific time, so please keep that in mind if you aren't in Washington anymore. So your computers will lie to you for what time or how close you are to your due date or not, so just keep that in mind, please. The lectures will be recorded. The ones on Wednesday, the ones on Friday will not. Friday is going to be a group quiz day. And let's see, and here's the section on the group quizzes. Group quizzes are a learning tool. They are not a tool for dinging your grade. They give you an opportunity to see what kind of questions I'm wanting you to understand, kind of exam style questions that I might ask. They'll be similar to, but not quite as in depth. They also give you a chance to see how well you're handling the material in front of you. So because they're designed to be educational or learning instead of a penalty, there is extra credit points built in. So you'll have a chance to work on the questions yourself, and then in Zoom you'll go off into groups, and when you're in your groups then you'll decide on which answers you think are correct, and then you guys select that answer. The group itself will get just one grade, and you will have extra credit points there. So if you get it wrong, it's no big deal. You can talk it through and see if you can't sort it out yourself. And if you're still stuck, that's when you can ask me to come over, and it is that kind of stressful quiz where I will actually help you. So don't let the Friday quizzes freak you out. They are there to help, not hinder, I promise. Normally we have scratcher codes or cards, which makes them kind of fun. So it's kind of sad that you're going to miss out on that, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyhow, so here's your week 1 to-do list. Go through that and just kind of make sure that you've done everything that is on that list. And then we can come back here. And here is your first smart work homework. You do want to get that started. If you look here, yeah, there's our outline. So for what you should be getting out of the Chapter 8 material. You can go there and just kind of follow along. There's Pencast, there's all sorts of tools, and the learning targets. You can click on that to see what kind of information that you should be getting out of everything. And then we come here and, yeah, there we go. The week 1 lectures. When I post these are just my standard lecture slides. They're not the ones that I'm expecting you to rely on. But I wanted you to have something that was complete so you could see what they look like when they're all together. But when you go to our outside videos and questions, as you page through, you'll see the videos here and some of my comments. And as we kind of keep paging down, all of a sudden you'll see where you can say, like, click here. And I can click there and then open up PowerPoint slides that have, let me bring it over here. Like this one has looking at understanding solutions and how to identify if something is ionic or covalent. So you can work through those slides. I would suggest kind of keeping the slides up off to the side so you have a chance to kind of see as you're watching the videos what information that I'm hoping you're getting out of it. And then there's more down here. So you're just going to pull all these parts and pieces together as you watch the videos, and I'll be adding to it with some of my own for working through problems. Probably work through some of the slide questions so you can see those worked out, as well as just some additional practice problems so you can work on them yourself and then look at any videos that I post. So nice coming back here. And then that's it for our to-do list. So again, these are the links for getting into any of my office hours or our lectures. You will work on your own Monday through Tuesday, or Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday is when we'll get together and talk about any of your questions. And then Friday we'll have quizzes to reinforce everything that you should have been able to cover that week. And then over on this side, you can ignore Zoom because I've made the links here for you. But this conferences, if you go to it, oh, it won't let me. If you go to the conference link, that is the one that is open. That is just for you to chit chat with your classmates, or if you want to work on homework questions with anybody, that is going to be open through the entire quarter. I put my name in there to show myself available, or show myself there, only to make sure that the link stays active, but I'm not actually monitoring that room. When I am in Zoom for lectures or office hours, I will be monitoring that room. So I'd noticed a couple of times I came back and just to peek in to see who was in the conference room, and saw several questions that were left there. And unfortunately, if I'm not paying attention, I'm not going to see the questions. The quizzes, this is the quiz link that you'll be able to click on once I get quizzes loaded for this Friday. And for our group quizzes, if you can't make the quizzes, you can take them yourself. Just the downside is you don't have the feedback from your friends. So one of the things that you could do is if you have somebody that you can collaborate with, or I'm sorry, yeah, collaborate with, you can go into the conference room and work on the quizzes outside of that time. I think what I'll do is I'll make the quizzes available for 24 hours. That way you'll have plenty of time to meet up with somebody if our regular lecture times don't work. So the grades, I just want to emphasize there that because I have extra credit built into the class, that the grades aren't going to be correct on Canvas. So you're going to want to pay attention to the grade distribution, which is on my syllabus. It gives you the breakdown of how many, or what percentage of each category goes to what. And tomorrow morning I'll finish up with Canvas, making sure the assignments are broken down correctly. But nothing can have more than 100% carry over to the rest of the grade. So your quizzes, that's it. Homework, I have changed the penalty from 15% to 1 if you get it incorrect. I understand that this is going to be a little uneasy getting going. So that 1% is to give you a little more wiggle room so you can ask questions. But by all means, please do ask questions if you get stuck. If you're spending hours on a question, then you are no longer doing anything that's beneficial to yourself, and that's what I'm here for. I also want to point out that, let's see, where is it? How to register for SmartWorks. This is the tab to click on if you registered after Friday and aren't also already registered for the lab. If you click on this link, it will take you to the lab. Yep, there we go. So I'm enrolled in the course. I can enroll in it now, or if you're already enrolled in it, it should just open it. One of the tricks you can do, I just want to show you this, is I can right click and open in a new tab. So instead of, oh, that's not fun. Apparently it won't do that. So let me see if I can't change the settings so you can get it in a full window if you like. Otherwise, you should have that a Canvas page for yourself. Then the other things I want to emphasize, your ebook and registration. If you can't afford that, on, where did I put that? On your textbooks. There we go. On the textbook requirement and information, there is an email to contact if you can't afford textbook access or SmartWorks. And I've updated it. I mean, it's not showing the correct one, so I need to go change that. That's it. GTA office hours, those are all online. So you'll follow that link to enroll in the GTA office hour link, Canvas page, I suppose. And that one, if you're working on your lab, the TAs are there to answer your question. So it's not expected that you'll be able to work through these labs all on your lonesome. You can open up the labs and then go to the office hour so you have somebody there to answer questions, and that person has dealt with the labs. So unfortunately, because this is all online and I am not going to have a time to go through the labs myself for you, you really need to talk to the TAs if you get stuck, because they're the ones that are going to know exactly how the labs are designed or some of the ins and outs of how things are working. And other than that, that's it. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope you have a great day.